Hey guys, Prangell Gaming here. Welcome back to the Millwall Career Mode. It's Season 1, Episode 18, and we have some pretty interesting games coming up for you in this episode. So the first game is at home to Fleetwood. They're currently 14th in the league table, but they're the highest rated team we're going to be playing in the league at least. And then we've got our second game, which is away from home to Southend. So technically, this is a derby-esque game, sort of. Not quite, but sort of. It's away from home. They're currently 21st. It's always the teams that are struggling I seem to struggle with, so we have to see how that one goes. And I cannot wait for the end of the episode, which is at home against Watford in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Millwall have to play Watford in real life in the FA Cup, and well, I cannot wait to see how we perform in this one, because maybe it might be how Millwall play in real life. But obviously, all we can do is get into the game against Fleetwood. We'll see the selection for this game, and then we'll get into the game and see what we can do. So, let's go ahead and have a look at that team. Right, so I tell you what, I'm pretty confident with the team that I'm going to be putting out there, I'm going to be honest. So, we're going to start with Angus Gunn in goal, as just really I need to play a new goalkeeper. Archer has been playing so fantastically, and well, Gunn was brought here to play games on loan from Manchester City, so I think it's only fair if we get him in here. Two centre-backs are Nelson and the captain Hutchinson. The left-back is Enric Saborit. The right-back is Cummins. The right midfielder is David Worrell. The two centre midfielders are Butcher and Vilbala. Vilbala's complained about not getting game time. That's not really helping, really. I'm going to be honest, because he's not really performed in a Millwall shirt. Not at all, really. I'm going to be honest. His fitness levels are poor, and well, I'm struggling to see the good in him at the moment. And when he complains that he's not getting game time, well, you know, that kind of annoys me. So we're just going to have to see how he performs. I mean, we're just going to have to play him as much as we can. The left midfielder is Shane Ferguson, and two strikers are Fred and Thierry Ambrose. I want Ambrose to get his first goal in the league. You know, I've been waiting so long for this goal. I really, really need it. Now, onto the bench, and we have Greg Wild, Paris Cohen-Hall, Ben Thompson, Sunil Chietri, Webster, Lee Gregory, and Tom King. I just think that this balance is pretty good. We have some decent players there. Chietri could come on as a substitute, maybe, or Gregory, because you do know that Gregory is pretty close to the top goal scorer. He's not quite, because if you remember in the last episode, Lee Novak scored a double. So with him scoring that double, he's 2 goals ahead of Gregory. So all I can say is we've got a decent bench, we've got a decent team. I'm hoping for an interesting result against Fleetwood. But all we can do is see how we perform. And we are the top goal scoring team ahead of Charlton. That's the only reason we're top of the league at the moment. For the left back, he might find David Worrell on the wing, and he has. This is a great move. He can cut it inside for Thierry Ambrose. He's going to have a shot. He doesn't score. An outstanding save by their goalkeeper there to stop him from putting that ball in the back of the net. To Worrell. This move actually is starting to get something going about it. David Worrell. That's a great find into Fred, who could turn. Is he going to have the shot? He is. Oh, and how on earth did Fred miss that? I do not know. But that really should have been the chance to put it 1-0 up to Millwall. And their defence has been outstanding in this game, sniffing out almost everything I've done in this match. Ferguson. That's a great pass through to Fred. Fred with the shot. Oh, and their keeper makes the save. Even when we're performing well, they're stopping us from doing anything. This is so frustrating. Scores on the doors at half-time, and Gillingham are drawing with Oldham Athletic. You've got Peterborough who are also drawing. This time it's with Coventry, and there is a 1-1 draw with Swindon Town and Bury. And you know what? The rest of the results are there, so if you'd like to see them, then they're there for you to see right now. And let's quickly move on to how we're doing in this match. Right, so match stats have been in our favour. To be honest, I feel like I've been doing pretty well in this match. It's been a bit of a hit and miss though, if you know what I mean, because there are slight problems with the fact we're not finishing the things we get. But to be fair to them, their defence has been pretty good, and their goalkeeper, Chris Neal, has been outstanding to stop everything that has come at him. So all I can say is we've got a second 45. Let's make this one count. Ferguson. Off to Butcher. Butcher to Ambrose. Oh, he got tackled, but Butcher's won it back. He's back with Ambrose. He's got the chance. Oh, and how on earth has he missed that? I tell you what, he's been waiting so long for that first league goal, and he's still not got it. This is so annoying. Ball through to Devante Cole, who is very fast and very good. In my opinion, he's still a really good young player. Don't know why he went Fleetwood in real life, but you know what? Whatever happens, happens, and well, that was very unlucky for Fleetwood Town. We're going to restart quickly and play it to Greg Wild from the throw-on. What can Wild do? I'm so worried that I'm not going to be able to get this ball in here, but we're still going. Greg Wild lays it off. Oh, and it's gone in the back of the net. And I don't actually know, did it? Actually, there we go. It's Enric Saborit. I know it's slightly sweaty. You guys have the right to complain, but you know what? I needed a goal. I just needed one. I did not want a 0-0. And I tell you what, late drama, that adds to the intrigue of the game. It's been a really frustrating one for us, but I think that's Saborit's first ever goal from Millwall Football Club. And to be honest, he probably won't be scoring very many other goals, will he? Because he's not a very attacking player. But there we go, we're leading now. And the Spaniard from Athletic Bilbao won us that game. I'm not going to complain. The Loney was, well, pretty good. Defensively, well, that's for you to make your mind up. But yeah, I'm not too happy with the team in that performance. Now, end of the day, we did win it, so I shouldn't be complaining too much. But we didn't have that spark that we needed to go on and get some more goals, which, you know what, I shouldn't be complaining because we won this result. So we've got a game coming up against Southend. That one should be pretty interesting, and hopefully we can go ahead and get the same result. So all we're going to go ahead and do now is check that team selection for that match against Southend away from home. So let's go have a look. And I've made some changes to this team going forward for the Southend United game. And so Gunn will remain in goal, but the centre-backs will be different as Webster and Hutchinson play together. Now, Webster's come in for Nelson, not because I thought Nelson was bad. It's just for the fact he has more energy due to the match being so close to the last one. Saborit stays in there just purely due to the fact that he scored the last goal in the game that won us that one. Then we have Romeo in the right-back position due to, again, energy reasons. Paris Cohenhall in the right midfield area. Then the two centre midfielders are Williams and Vilbala. I'm keeping Vilbala in there because he wants more game time, so he's not going to last 45 minutes. I'm going to guarantee you that one, but it is what it is, I guess. And Williams is complaining he's not getting game time either. The left midfield is Chris Twaddock. The two strikers are Fred and Aidan O'Brien. Aidan O'Brien recently asked if he could have a look at the contract that he's got and see if he can get some more wages. So I'd actually be open to that to keep him at the club. You know what? It could be a pretty good deal. Now, onto the bench. We have Greg Wild, David Worrell, Jimmy Abdu, Sunil Chietri, Nelson, Gregory and King. So we've changed a couple, I believe, about one player on that bench. Maybe two due to the fact that Webster swapped with Nelson. But to be honest, I'm not too fussed. The bench is pretty good with its energy, so it shouldn't be the worst thing in the world. So let's get into the game against Southend. And then obviously just tapping it away and it going straight to them on the attack. But you know what? It may not have worked. But thankfully, Ranger isn't a very good striker and he booted it over the bar. Where is Chris? Is he off the pitch at the moment? I think he is. I think we're playing with one less player here. Hang on. Let's try and defend this. Let's get it away. There we go. No, it hasn't. And well, I'm going to be honest, this deflection stuff has ended up terribly. I was about to say something completely different, but what on earth? Okay. This is annoying. The fact is that we just couldn't clear our lines. And, well, we've been punished for it against an absolutely, well, terrible place side in the league. And this hurts me, to be honest, because you know these goals always happen against me. And I'm frustrated because we cleared that. It then got blocked away. Then they had the shot. It's blocked away. And he had an open goal. That's so insulting to the fact we couldn't get that away. And I believe Dimitriou is actually a defender. So that would be even worse. Right, we're going to have to make a substitution here. And Greg Wild's going to have to come on for Chris Twaddock. Twaddock is holding his arm. So he is injured. He's going to have to come off. Wild will have the opportunity to impress here. What can he do? I think he's going to get called out here. He hasn't. That pass was bad, though. Williams has it now. He's going to give it to Fran Vilbala. Vilbala to Saborit. Saborit to Marlon Romeo. Romeo is turned to Aidan O'Brien. He's still going. O'Brien over the bar. His best opportunity, and he's just gone and wasted it. Scores on the doors at half-time. And, well, Sheffield United are beating AFC Wimbledon while being away from home. We've got a 0-0 between Oxford United and Swindon Town. And then Port Vale are beating Peterborough. And Rochdale are beating Bradford City. And the rest are there, even though I've covered most of them. So if you want to see any of them, just check them yourselves. Right, and let's just quickly have a look at how we're performing in this game. To be honest, I think we're doing terrible, though. Would you look at that? I told you we'd been playing terrible. Well, it turns out we've been hideously performing in this match. No shots at all, no shots on target. How have Southend done this? What sort of magic have they been using? I mean, come on. We have just been absolutely dreadful. We can't string any attacks together. Their defense has been working overtime. I think they've been doing a lot of extra training to sort this match out. But seriously, we need to improve in the second half. And I hope we do, because I believe I'm going to have to sub Prangell Barler off at half time. So that's 2 subs already. And there'll be no subs left for making an impact, really. I'm going to be honest. It's been absolutely dreadful in this game. And he has here. Wild. On to Fred. This is a nice counter-attacking bit of play here. Fred. Oh, that's a great through ball to Aidan O'Brien. What a save by Oxley there. That has really kept them with the lead. To Atkinson, who has got the beating of Williams here. Atkinson is going to put it in there. Abdu win the header. We haven't. And wow, what a save by Angus Gunn there. That was really close to going in the back of the net. This is getting embarrassing. Come on, we've got to win it back here, and we have. Thankfully, now we can play that pass to Fred. Fred to Williams. Sean Williams on to Fred again. Fred to O'Brien. That's a bad tackle. Surely the referee will pull that back. He hasn't. O'Brien with a shot. We've scored. Thankfully, we've got an equaliser here, and it's the main man, Aidan O'Brien, with that equaliser. We're still not out of this game to actually get the winner, and we still haven't confirmed that we've actually got this equaliser, because we've been absolutely poor. I'm going to be honest, I really hated watching my side play this way in this match. And well, thankfully something went in our favour. I mean, I think our player might even be injured, which would add to another injury that we already had. But can't take nothing away from the finish. Aidan O'Brien was great there, and he really wants to get involved in the top goal scorers in this league. And he's upcoming. He's not far off some of the goals that some of the big hitters have been getting so far. And that's right, he's got 10 goals in the league this season. Paris Cohen-Hall to Abdu. What can Jimmy Abdu do with the ball? He's going to play it to Lee Gregory. He's going to continuously run, and he's still going, fresh off the bench. He is strong as well. Lee Gregory still going. Oh, he's actually gone and won us the game. My word, I am not going to complain whatsoever. 2-1 against Southend from completely nothing. We've literally been good for about the last 5 minutes. And sometimes that's all it takes, I'm going to be honest. But wow, oh wow, Gregory just held off the defender there. He's quite a strong player, to be fair to him. And he just p-rolled it past their goalkeeper. Forget he was even there for the full match. He just didn't do anything about that one. But I'm going to be honest, that has brought a very big smile to my face, because at points I thought we weren't even going to get a point. Now we might have just got 3. So that is something to look forward to. And Gregory's got 15 goals in the league so far this season. What a polar opposite second half to the first. Wow, wow, wow. I'm so happy with my team for the way they turned that around. I mean, the comeback was complete there, and we've won the game in, well, probably the best fashion ever. But I'm going to be honest, that is slightly encouraging, because we've got Watford coming up next. And you know what? I want to see how we perform against those. So let's just forget this and see how we line up against Watford. Right, so before we get into that team selection, I told you a little bit about Aidan O'Brien wanting a contract before the last game. And well, I offered him one, and this is his response. Boss, I need to tell you something important. Thanks for the offer of the contract extension, but at this time, it's not something I want to commit myself to. I'm going to decide where I want to play my football in the near future, and I'll get back to you. So, we have got him for 2 years regardless, because his contract runs out in 2 years, 4 months, but this would be a big blow if he didn't want to stay with us, because he's one of our key players at the moment. I mean, he helped us get back in the game against Southend. So let's see how we perform against Watford. But before we do that, let's quickly see our team selection. Right, and so with this team selection, we've kind of got our strongest team out that we can. So that means that Jordan Archer's going in goal. He has gone up so many ratings, 6 since I started this season in the career. And I'm trying to get him to 71, 72 rated, because that'd be a fantastic rating for a goalkeeper in the Championship. So that is just something I wanted to do. Then we got Hutchinson and Webster as the 2 centre-backs. The left back is Martin. The right back is Cummins, as he comes in due to fitness reasons. The same was with Joe Martin. Worrell comes in the right mid, again due to fitness reasons. Phil Bartlett and Williams stand in the centre of midfield. They both want to get game time. I don't want to upset any more players at this point. Ferguson is the left midfielder, and 2 strikers, Thierry Ambrose, who scored in our last game against Newcastle, and Aidan O'Brien, who currently wants to leave the club. Probably not the best of combinations, but you know what? They both can get goals. And well, Thierry Ambrose got one last time in the FA Cup. O'Brien got one in the last match we played. So let's get into that game and see how we perform. Obviously, Wild, Evans, Abdu, Chetri, Nelson, Gregory and King are on the bench. Aidan O'Brien, oh, that is a great ball to Thierry Ambrose. You know what? He can score goals if he needs to. Ambrose has the shot, and my word, I said he can score goals. Well, I would beg to differ after that shot. How on earth did that go wide? Throws the ball to Fran Gubala, who thankfully wasn't muscled off the ball. That's probably the first time ever, I think. Williams to Aidan O'Brien. Oh, he just kept that, thankfully. Gubala to Thierry Ambrose. Oh, he's still going, Ambrose, with the shot. There we go. He's given us the lead against Watford. And I am not going to complain that Ambrose's goals have all come in the FA Cup. I'm not going to even go there. A goal is a goal, and well, we're beating Premier League opposition. And that means a lot, you know. O'Brien to Gubala, who threaded it through to Thierry Ambrose, who stood his ground and blasted it past Anthony Lopes. Now, can I just put that into perspective? He's the Lyon goalkeeper in real life. He's about 82 rated. What an outstanding way to score a goal. Well, we got the lead in this one. And as you know, after getting the goal in the last game against Newcastle, he's got another goal in the FA Cup. Let's win it back here. We haven't. Roberto Pereira. It's in there. Oh, and Archer with the save, I believe, unless he's just been ruled offside. For the fact we just took a goal out of the game. David Worrell, what can he do on this wing? He's still going. He's going to slip it back. You know he is. It's to Cummins. Cummins in there for Ambrose. There we go. We've got another goal. Thierry Ambrose, the man of the moment and probably the man of the match at the moment. He's got a double for us, and I am not going to complain whatsoever. We got on the counter-attack. We slipped it inside. We slipped it back, and Ambrose was there to slot it home. It's a shame he can't do this in the league, but you know what? He's our key player in the FA Cup at the moment because he's getting us to the semi-finals if we hold on to this. I believe the semi-finals are at Wembley, so that would be phenomenal. And that's his third goal in the FA Cup. You know his business by now. He's doing really well in the FA Cup. And we're the only game on at the moment, and we are doing really well against Watford. I'm not going to really even go into anything because I just want to see how the second half performs. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves. They can always come back. They're a Premier League side with some really good talent. Decore now leading the ball forward for Watford. Igalo, oh, he switched us past it. He might have the shot. Archer with the save. Can he follow it through? Yes, he can. Now we've got to clear this ball away, which we... Right, and we're going to be making our final two substitutions here with Aidan O'Brien and Sean Williams making way to bring Gregory and Jonathan Evans on. So what I've done is, due to the fitness levels of Williams, put Worrell in the centre of midfield, and I've gone ahead and I've gone and brought in Evans on the wing. For Joe Martin. Joe Martin tries to switch to play already, and Evans just didn't win the header. And this is the chance for the counter-attack they wanted. I mean, Byron Webster has to get it right there, and he hasn't. That could be a red card. I'm bracing myself for the worst there. That's terrible. There we go. Byron Webster has been sent for that foul. I have got to agree with the referee there. There was no way that could have been anything but red. But to be honest, we stopped him from scoring. So in a way that helps us out. But yeah, no, he completely got rid of the ball. That was terrible by Byron Webster. And well, he deserved a red card for that foul. Ferguson to Worrell. Worrell, that wasn't the best pass, but Gregory knocks it back to Joe Martin. Martin to find Ferguson. Ferguson to Ambrose. Thierry Ambrose switches it through to Lee Gregory. Can he score? It's been saved. Ambrose, that's the hat-trick. Thierry Ambrose has scored his first ever Millwall hat-trick. And well, to be honest, it's probably not deserved, the fact that we've just had a player sent off. But you know, it worked. A great save by Lopes. He couldn't get up in time to stop Thierry Ambrose getting his hat-trick and making sure that Millwall win this regardless of the red card. And well, he has been outstanding. Hopefully he can one day replicate this in League One, or maybe even the Championship, because he's still with us next season. But I mean, come on, seriously. This guy scored 4 goals now, and I'm going to be honest, I really wish they was in the league and not just a cup. And Thierry Ambrose, what a guy. He's got us to Wembley. As far as I remember, the FA Cup semi-finals are at the great place of Wembley, which I've been many times. So I'm very, very happy of that, I can assure you right now. But Seriously, this is fantastic. The fact is, we've actually got an opportunity to go in the semi-finals of the FA Cup to a decent place to play our football. I mean, we've got an FA Cup, or no, it's not an FA Cup, it's a Checkatrade Trophy game against Portsmouth at Wembley. So that is also something to look forward to. We're doing really well in the Cup, and well, we could bring home 3 bits of silverware. That's a bit too much, but you never know. And I'm not going to show you the table because I just want to add the intrigue of how well we're doing so you can check it in the next episode. So in that case, like, comment, subscribe, and of course I'll also be showing you who we get in the next round of the FA Cup in the next episode. But until then, goodbye.